Hello, we return. After school, once my final practice interview had concluded, I reunited with my friends and engaged in the usual regimen of gossip and small talk. Tomoe's voice sounds really familiar to me. When I described the events of that morning, everyone's eyebrows rose. They were hanging on my every word and yelping in unison at key moments.
今日は家でおとなしくしておけばよかったんじゃない？だって今日は面接の最後の練習があるからどうしても来たかったし。何か起きないといいけど。
You should have at least kept that paper doll instead of dropping it in the rain like an idiot.
やだ、やめてよ。何も起きないって。思い出した。え？天神症って言葉がちょっと引っかかってたんだけどさ、七不思議に出てくるんだよね、天神症。七不思議ってうちの学校に伝わる如月学園七不思議のこと？そうそう。天神症って何？放課後のよしえさんって言うんだけど、聞いたことない
？Yoshi, that's Sachiko's mom.
知らない。私も知らないよ。どんな話なの？如月学園が建てられる前にこの場所にあった天神小学校での話なんだけどさ。その天神小学校で放課後校舎の見回りをしていた女の先生が誤って階段から落ちて死んだんだって。
Well, that's kind of accurate.
その日は10月のちょうど今日みたいに雨が降る放課後で、時刻はそう夜の7時を過ぎたあたり。こういう日はよしえさんが出るんだって。天神小学校がなくなってしまったことに気づいていないよしえさんは如月学園の廊下を見回って歩いているんだよ。
It's the same story Ayumi was telling in the first game.
やだ、それ本当？まあ実際見たことがある人がいるから七不思議になってるんじゃない？怖。ゆい、今日はもう帰ったら？そのおばあさんの言ってたことちょっと気になるし、ゆいだけ道が違うから一緒に帰れないじゃない？だね。お年寄りの忠告は聞いておくもんだよ。そうだね。なんかゾワゾワしてきちゃったし、もう帰ろうかな。それじゃあ先に帰るね。バイバイ。バイバイ。気をつけてね。
I wonder why he translated that to see ya instead of bye bye.
明日ファイトだよ。
Because her voice clearly said bye bye in English.
私は慌てて荷物をまとめ教室を飛び出した。時刻は夕方5時になるところ。外は薄暗くなってきているけれど、階段の7時までにはまだまだ余裕があった。
It was about 5 and you were still at school? They do that in Japan? Like, at my school, you couldn't even stay past 4.
だから怖がる必要なんてないと、そう自分に言い聞かせて廊下を進む。それでも下駄箱にたどり着くまでの時間がやけに長く感じられた。あー、ダメだ。やっぱり怖い。
お、よう、獅子堂。
司くん。
今帰りか？なんだよ、その満面の笑みは。
なんでもない。ねえ、途中まで一緒に帰ろうよ。
ああ、いいけど。
やった。司くんの顔を見たら一瞬だけだけど怖かったのが吹き飛んだ。こ ういう時男の子ってすごく頼りになるなって思う。そばにいてくれたら心強いなって無条件に思わせてくれるから。もちろんそれが気になっている人ならなおさら。雨は朝よりも弱まっていた。その中を私たちは傘を差しながら歩く。
Whoops. Wrong button. Wrong button again.
司くんとはたわいもない話でそこそこ笑ったりもしたけど、でも私はどこかぎこちなかったかもしれない。得体の知れない恐怖みたいなものがちらついて、いつもみたいに振る舞えている自信はなかった。
シシド？
ん？
なんかお前顔色悪いぞ。どうかした？
ああ。
おい。
実は怖いことがあって。
怖いこと？
私の様子があまりにおかしかったのか、司くんは心なしか表情をこわばらせて私を見つめた。真剣に話を聞いてくれようとしているのが分かって、私はちょっと嬉しくなる。今抱えている恐怖をできることなら司くんと共有したかった。だから私は今朝あったこととカンナから聞いた怪談話を司くんに話した。だけど司くんは。
はあ、七不思議ね。七不思議を信じるなんて夢があっていいな。
え？
ん？
司くんは怖くないの？
怖いっていうか妙だとは思うけどな。でもその謎のばあちゃんと七不思議なんて単なる偶然だろう。
I'm sure it's just coincidence that she knew your name, knew your address, gave you a paper doll with your full name on it. Yeah, just a coincidence.
でも
あんま深く考えない方がいいんじゃね？
Oi. Thank you.
そのばあちゃんは確かに気味悪いけどさ、ちょっと変わった人だっただけだろ。
What the heck is that noise? Hold on. Oh, there's a commercial on the other room. I heard whistling, and I was like, what the heck is that?
そういうんじゃなくて。
え？
解決方法を教えてほしかったわけじゃないよ。
Wow.
あのね、私は話を聞いてほしかっただけなの。
Okay.
話なら聞いたじゃんか。
だからそうじゃなくて。
I don't really get what he did wrong here. Like, at all. Miss Yui's just... Or, I shouldn't say Miss Yui, this is... just Yui. She didn't have the Mrs. title. But, I don't know what he did wrong.
はあ、わかんねえよ。なんか怒ってんのか？
Yeah, exactly.
男の子ってこういう考え方をする。人によるのかもしれないけど、でも女子とは違ってすぐにこうすればいいじゃんって解決法を提示しちゃうのだ。
Did he do that? I remember him, laughing, but he didn't really, give you any tips or tricks or, anything like that.
結果、女子は言いたいことが言えなくて消化不良になってしまう。私は司くんと恐怖を共有したかっただけ。司くんが一緒に怖がってくれればそれでよかったのに。
I don't get it.
この時の私は気にするなって言葉が司くんの気遣いだとわからなかった。めんどくさいのかなってむくれてしまったのだ。朝に見たおばあさんの顔が目が しわがれた声が何度も頭の中でフラッシュバックする。それが怪談話で増幅されてじわじわと私の気持ちを暗くした。あんなに怖い思いをしたんだからっていう甘えや八つ当たりの気持ちもあったんだと思う。私と司くんはこの時初めて気まずい雰囲気になった。それじゃ私こっちだから。
ああ。獅子堂。
He called out my name as I briskly walked away. I didn't really know why I was so angry or confused, but I did notice that his voice was tinged with concern.
なんかあったら連絡しろよ。
I considered turning back for a second, but changed my mind and pushed forward in a huff, leaving him behind.
ただいま。ゆい、おかえり。うん。
Greeting me at the door, my mother wore a somber expression. Or somber, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I could tell right away that something had happened. I stared at her with scrunched eyebrows for an awkwardly long time before she eventually, reluctantly opened her mouth to speak.
今朝のおばあさんね。さっき亡くなったって病院から連絡があったわ。嘘。
Oh no, that old lady we've never talked to before died. How tragic. Tragic.
ことだけど、あなたは明日の推薦入試のことだけ考えていなさい。それじゃあのおばあさんの話はこれで終わり。さあご飯にするから着替えておいで。わかった。それじゃあ私部屋にいるから。ええ。お母さんがキッチンへと引っ込んでいくのを見届けて、私はもぞもぞと靴を脱いだ。気持ちは一層重くなっている。
Why is this a mood-darkening event? You didn't even know the old lady.
司くんにあんな態度を取ってしまっただけでも嫌な気分だったのに、あのおばあちゃんが亡くなってしまっただなんて。
I don't understand you, Yui. Returning to my room, I couldn't muster the energy to do anything but collapse into my chair and sprawl out on the desk. The last thing the old woman had said to me echoed again and again in my mind. I ate too much. My stomach hurts, so I can't talk right sometimes. I began wishing I'd taken her more seriously. I should have accepted the paper doll and thanked her. Yeah, that's exactly what you should have done, but no, you're an idiot. I should have reassured her I wouldn't go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sakes. I was exhausted, okay. It was a hell of a day, and I no longer even had the energy to move. I needed to change out of my school clothes, but... Still sprawled out over the desk, my eyelids drooped closed, and I was out. I awoke with a start? Is that right? Is the text messed up, or is that actually what it says? Because I don't know what that means. Okay, I can't see it here. I awoke with a start? The air in my room had gotten notably cooler and I was shivering. I awoke with a start? What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Rubbing my eyes, I glanced at my clock. The needles indicated it was 6:45. It was black outside my window, streaked with lines from still pouring rain. Sunny, for my exam, the weight of what the next day held for me came rushing into my mind. I'd practiced the interview process with my teachers quite thoroughly, but I was still really nervous. There was still little time before dinner. My mind swimming, I decided I'd take this opportunity to clean out all the notes and textbooks I would need tomorrow for my bag.
残しておくものは学生証でしょ。それからハンカチとティッシュ。
What's the student ID for? I don't know what those are for. My school didn't have them. Like I can't really think of what they would be for.
受験票も忘れずに入れて、それからペンケース。
I also don't know what an exam ticket is.
あれ？嘘！ペンケースがない。学校に忘れてきちゃった。さーっと血の気が引いた。別に筆記用具で困ったわけじゃない。家にはいくらでも代わりがある。だけどあの中には司くんから借りた受験必勝鉛筆が入っているのだ。取ってこなくちゃ。お母さん、私ちょっと学校に忘れ物取りに行ってくる。
え？もうすぐご飯できるわよ。
すぐ戻るから。
そう。雨も降っているし気をつけていくのよ。
あの鉛筆は絶対に明日試験会場へ持っていかなければならないものの一つだった。だから降りしきる雨の中、足元に気を配りながら全速力で走る。走っている間、ちらりと頭をよぎるのは起きた時の時間だった。6時45分。七不思議で語られていた時間は夜の7時。校門前に着いて真っ先に時間を確認した。校舎についている大時計が指し示す時間は6時55分。放課後の吉江さんの怪談話が再び頭をよぎる。10月、雨が降る放課後、夜7時。あのおばあちゃん、もしかしてこうなるのが分かっていて。やだな、もう怪談なんてあんなの作り話だって。こみ上げてくる恐怖を抑えつけるために声を出して自分を叱咤する。見上げた校舎に人影はない。こんな時間なら生徒はもう帰宅しているだろうし、先生だってどれくらい残っているのか。けれど廊下の電気はまだ全てついていた。あれだけ明るければそこまで怖い思いをしなくても教室まで行けるだろう。よし、パッと行ってパッと済ましちゃおう。
I thought you said the lights were still on, Yui. Right here I see exactly 0 lights on. I folded up my soaked umbrella and left it on the rack by the entrance, then changed into my indoor shoes. Well, these lights are on, I suppose. Then entering the brightly lit hall, I took another look around.
やっぱり生徒は誰も残ってないみたい。
My deep sigh echoed through the deathly silent corridor. Ordinarily, the din of the other students would drown out noises like this, but every little sound was coming through crystal clear at this late hour.
急がなくちゃ。もうすぐ7時だ。
I quickly beelined towards classroom 3-4. Yeah, listen to those footsteps. She is just beelining like crazy.
今朝のおばあさんね。さっき亡くなったみたい。
その天神小学校で放課後校舎の見回りをしていた女の先生が誤って階段から落ちて死んだんだって。その日は10月のちょうど今日みたいに雨が降る放課後で、時刻はそう夜の7時を過ぎたあたり。こういう日は吉江さんが出るんだって。天神小学校がなくなってしまったことに気づいていない吉江さんは如月学園の廊下を見回って歩いているんだよ。
もう何考えてるのよ私。七不思議なんで。
Whoops. Okay, that was pretty loud. Lightning flashed and thunder resounded with impeccable timing. I jumped in spite of myself.
とにかくパッと教室に行ってペンケース取ってこなくちゃ。
No ghosts should show up in a well-lit building like this, right? And even if they did, they wouldn't be very scary under all these bright lights.
あのペンケースに入ってる鉛筆は明日の試験にどうしても必要なの。だってあれは司くんがくれたお守りなんだもの。
I picked out the pace as I continued to head straight for room 3-4.
Judou部の方はもう真っ暗だな。やっぱり誰もいないのね。それにしても今日はいつもよりこの廊下が長い感じがする。ただでさえこの廊下で遅刻しそうになるくらいなのに。
I continued my brisk walk down the impossibly long hallway toward my goal, jumping every now and again whenever another thunderclap sounded. Kisaragi Academy was comprised of both a middle school and a high school, and this evening it really felt like it was flaunting its massive size. It didn't help that my classroom was in the high school wing, which happened to be past the middle school, making it seem that much further
い
away.
つもは賑やかな場所がこんなにも静まり返っていると余計に物寂しい気がするな。雨の音がやけに大きく聞こえるよ。
I was focusing on the scant few sounds around me as I paced down that long, lonely corridor. Then, all of a sudden, I heard a faint noise, as of someone playing an organ, just like in Corpse Party Rebuild.
今の空耳だよね。そうに決まってるよ。こんな時間に音楽室で楽器を鳴らす人なんているわけないし。
I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves. It was probably the sounds of the rain, wind, and thunder mixing together. It just sounded like an organ, that's all. Yeah, okay. I was convinced. I kept walking. But then, I heard the same noise again, this time much more clearly. It was unmistakable. Just like Corpse Party Rebuild.
嘘。やだ。
The theme sounds pretty familiar, too. I was paralyzed with fear. My heart was pounding as if it were struggling to break free of someone's sinister grip.
きっとまだ吹奏楽部の子とか先生が残って弾いてるんだよね。そうだ。そうに決まってるよ。
Yeah, you are just being stupid by thinking things like that. Thinking about it, I vaguely recalled someone mentioning an upcoming performance by the Wind Instrument Club. I guess an organ would qualify. Someone must have just stayed late to practice, that's all.
何でもかんでも怖い話に直結させちゃいけないな。
I took another deep breath and tried again to calm my overly jittery
怖い
nerves.
と思ったら何でも怖く思えるものだよね。
I heard that if you let your imagination run too wild, fear can even make you see things that aren't there. And my imagination was most definitely running
あと
wild.
ちょっとで教室だから走っていこう。
I thought you were already sprinting. Isn't that what doing a beeline is? Like, I never heard of someone, like, saying they're doing a beeline, then, like, briskly walk there. I decided to dash towards my classroom so I could get out of this hall as quickly as possible. You know, I could probably finish the rest of this chapter in one sitting. I don't know if I will, though. Finally reaching that familiar door, I swiftly opened it and flicked on the lights.
やっとたどり着いた。あとはペンケースを忘れないようにしなくちゃ。
Thanks to all my unexpected pauses to freak out over the thunder and lightning, it took me far longer than it should have to get here. It was already well past 7.
7時か。
It was the appointed time when the ghost of a teacher was supposed to appear, at least, according to the school legend.
何もないじゃない。
Yet. I let out a sigh of relief and relaxed my shoulders a bit. The lights were on both inside the classroom and out in the hallway. Sure, it was still dead silent, but the fear I'd been feeling had completely melted away. Why would the lights still be on?
全然怖くないよ。やっぱり 七不思議だなんて嘘だったんだな。
I grabbed the pen case I'd come back for and shoved it into my pocket.
よし、これで任務完了だね。
With my long ordeal behind me, more or less, I looked around the classroom and let out another sigh. I'd only ever known this classroom when it was bustling with activity and thus found its eerie silence and utter stillness to be oddly fascinating.
教室に私一人ってなんだか不思議な感じがするな。
I got the idea in my head to try to do something I normally wouldn't be able to do, like standing at the teacher's podium and writing on the
こん
blackboard.
なシチュエーションめったにないし。
To me, the area behind that podium, from which teachers conduct their lessons, was like a sacred space. I dreamed of standing there myself one day, and could hardly resist its pull when presented with a rare opportunity
今なら
like this.
誰も見てないし。
To my classmates, this would seem like a silly, stupid dilemma, but that didn't change the way I felt at the moment.
どうしようかな。
Stop wasting time.
ダメダメ。ここは遊んでないでとっとと学校を出るべきだよね。
I decided it would be best to put my yearnings aside and leave the classroom behind.
七不思議だなんてやっぱり迷信じゃない。
I couldn't believe I'd gotten all indignant with Tsukasa over something so trivial. Thinking about it now, it seemed kind of ridiculous.
さてと、家に帰ろうかな。
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous.
今日は明日に備えて早く寝なくちゃ。
With this in mind, I walked towards the classroom door and took one step out into the hall. When suddenly... The door slid shut on its own with incredible force, and my neck was trapped in the narrow opening that remained. I dug my nails into the door, frantically trying to open it back up. But the more I pushed on it, the more it pushed back, further constricting my neck. I was flailing my limbs, twisting and contorting my body, trying everything I could to escape. My neck was clamped tightly. I could feel the blood rushing to my head. I couldn't breathe. Opening my mouth in terror, I stuck out my tongue as if trying to swallow the air. Forcefully shaking my head left and right, I swiveled my body to face the ceiling. That's when I saw the tall, pitch-black silhouette of a person. A silent scream squirmed its way out of my throat. But the door was still pressing onto my neck. My vision whirled and I felt a sensation of falling. At the same time, a lukewarm liquid began pouring over my face. As I was struggling to make a sense of what was happening to me, the door that had been violently crushing my neck quietly slid open. Boy. Is that supposed to be the floor of the schoolhouse came down hard on my head. My vision had gone white and begun blurring, but I could still see. I was rolling across the hallway, and there, in the doorframe, I caught sight of my own headless torso collapsing in a heap on the floor. What just happened? That's gonna be a mess to clean up. The last thing I saw out of the corner of one bloodshot, unfocusing eye was the familiar figure of the old woman from this morning. No wrong end music. Sorry. Well, there we go. I don't remember which choices get the wrong ends in this chapter. I'll try and get some of them, I suppose, but I don't remember which ones they are. Well, let's reload. Yeah, let's stand at the teacher's podium and waste time this time. I decided I had to try it. During daily cleanup and such, I'd come and gone from this spot countless times, but this was the first time I'd ever had an opportunity to just stand here and preside over the classroom. Gaining a teacher's point of view in the most literal sense was starting to get me really fired up. It's like she has like a teaching fetish. It may seem silly now, but this was my stage. This is where all my dreams will play out.
私もいつか
I began to imagine the future that awaited me, dead in a pile of rubble, paralyzed from the neck down. Painstakingly detailing some new piece of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desks. Gliding chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their studies. They still use chalkboards? I thought every place used like the whiteboards with the markers now. I mean, does take place in... Oh no, this is like a few years before that. But still, ever since I was in school, I can remember them using whiteboards with markers.
いつか先生になれるといいな
There's that organ again. I was getting so excited that even I began to think my behavior was a little strange. Why does the organ music play but none of the other music? Maybe it was the juxtaposition of these joyous, freeing visions and the prickling dread I'd been feeling up until just a minute or two before. But then, in a blink of an eye, one of these two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. Suddenly, my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud.
いきなり何
I instinctively grabbed hold of the rail where the eraser sat. I felt chalk dust up against my fingertips. I don't think it said up against, but whatever. Okay, calm down, music. You're getting a bit loud. My panicked heartbeat was I sound like a broken record. My panicked heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine time to turn the lights out on me.
しかもオルガンの音まだ響いてる嘘なんで停電になってるならオルガンだって鳴らないはずなのに
Well, be happy you still got a good head on your shoulders. Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune teller or psychic as far as I was aware. How could she possibly have known this would happen? Hell, even if she were a fortune teller or a psychic, predicting the future is stuff of science fiction, I shook my head. Science fiction? Is that the one you should be using? Because that seems more fantasy-ish than science. Whatever.
落ち着くのよ私音楽室の方はまだ停電になってないとかきっとそんな理由だよ
I curled my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense into
とも
myself.
かく早く校舎を出よう
Text. Thank you. I shouldn't have been playing teacher. I should have been in and out by now. Except that takes your head off, so maybe this was a better idea. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom. No, I don't think I'll be doing this in this sitting. I'd spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find my way out of it with my eyes closed, as it were. But sadly, that wasn't the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, I knocked it on its side and began tumbling after it, instinctively grabbing at other desks around me for support.
いけない机の中身まき散らしちゃったよ元に戻さなくちゃ
Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes, textbooks, and writing utensils.
でも暗くて何がなんだかもう何やってるのよ急いでるのに本当にドジなんだから
I let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
これは教科書とノートでしょ
I was trying to take inventory of all the things I'd knocked out of the desk, then realized why I might as well just stand it up and leave it and stuff it all back in.
さすがに全部を間違いなく元に戻すのは無理だな明日ここの席の子に謝らなくちゃ
Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out, but that would be the same as lying as far as I'm concerned, and I couldn't do that.
これで最後かな
I placed my hand against the floor and swept it around, feeling for anything I might have missed. And I found something, all right.
やだ、何これ。なんだかぬるぬるして。
I clearly brushed my fingers across something. I cannot talk. Like, the only time I can't talk is when I'm recording. When I'm talking to people on Xbox, I talk perfectly fine. I'd clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what. It was no notebook or writing implement, though, that's for sure.
机の中からなんでブニュブニュしたものが。
Maybe it had been on the floor all along.
なんだろうこれ。
I rubbed my sticky fingertips a bit deeper into the wet spot and brought my hand up close to my face so I could get a better look at what was there. What on earth did I just touch? There was a flash of lightning almost immediately, joined by a roaring thunderclap, and with it, for a split second, the pitch-black classroom was lit up bright as day. I shot to my feet, utterly mortified. In that split second, I'd gotten a very good look at my fingers, and it really did seem as if they were covered in blood. But it wasn't just my hand, no. If my peripheral vision were to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained in a deep, dark crimson. Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become a bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone stumble in here injured? All over the classroom? My whole body was quaking. I fled from the classroom. Or rather, I tried to flee. I pulled on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard I felt like my fingernails might tear loose. But it just wouldn't budge. I was absent-mindedly grabbing at my hair with one hand and slamming my fist onto a nearby desk with the other. This was a nightmare. Silence saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding heart.
そもそもドアが開かないのだって私がこんなにパニックになってるせいかもしれないし、さっきの変な塊だってきっと何かの勘違いだよ。だってありえないじゃない。教室にあんなわけのわからないものが落ちてるだなんて。
I was certain that when I saw that it actually was morning. I'm so confused. Hold on, let me regain my bearings. Okay, I was certain that when I saw what it was come morning, it'd end up being something totally random, like someone's old soda-stained gym clothes, all over the room.
きっとそうだよ。そうだ。指についたのだって美術に使う絵の具かもしれないじゃない。
My imagination was just running wild because I was panicking.
もしかしたらドアに何かが挟まってて開かないだけかもしれない。
I decided to check out that hypothesis by feeling my way across the door and determining if anyone was jutting out from any of the cracks.
ダメだ。真っ暗で何にも見えない。
I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out that way.
他の出口は。
The back door? No, this was the third floor. I couldn't get out of here without exiting into the hallway.
今すぐ外に出たいのに。
The back door? Still at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be aware of its source.
誰か歩いてくる。
Then there came a distinctive clomp 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 of footsteps.
そうだ。きっと用務員さんだ。
I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds. I'm sure he was probably taking a look around after the sudden power outage.
助かった。
All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over.
すみません。
That's probably not a good idea. I shouted at the custodian at the top of my lungs through the window. I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway again, and it seemed to be getting closer. However...
なんかこの光おかしい気がする。
Perturbed, I took a step away from the window.
懐中電灯だったらもっと明るいよね。
Like the faint, unearthly glow classically attributed to spirits was what I was thinking. I tried to stop myself from finishing that thought, however. Dullness aside, it also looked like it was wriggling around in a very unnatural, very unflashlight-like way.
それにこの足音。
Clump, 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 clump. 4 clumps, then a 3 or so second interval, then another 4 clumps. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm.
用務員さんじゃない。明らかに変な歩き方。
The fear was back okay, in full force. I had to find somewhere to hide. What if I'd accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever that was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in.
隠れるところ。そうだ。
We will see next time. Until then, goodbye. Thank you for watching.